Hi, Karen Kulinovich here. I wanted to connect with you to share a quick message about transformation. When we hear the word transformation, you might picture something like a butterfly or, like a before and after. And what we usually focus on when we think of transformation is the result, right? What are the benefits of transformation? It could be self-confidence, it could be more income, it could be a loving relationship, it could be, you know, being in the career of your choice. It could be a number of things that, have a tangible outcome, or just something that is maybe an inner reflection that is something that you want. Okay, so transformation, we think of it as positive, and it absolutely is. However, there's this other aspect of transformation that isn't often talked about, and this is the cost of transformation. And whether people acknowledge it consciously or not, it often is what stops them from moving forward into transformation. So when we ask ourselves, what are the costs of transformation? So sometimes the cost is that, you get to experience what it feels like to be uncomfortable, right? Out of your comfort zone. You get to experience what it's like to walk into completely unknown territory. And for some people, that can feel like there's a lack of control. They don't know what's going to happen next. There's not that safety net beneath you. And so it's really important to acknowledge these aspects of transformation as well, because it is a part of that process. And if you can open your mind and open your heart to the fact that it's temporary, the stretching and the uncomfortability, the unfamiliarity, all of that is temporary. And if you just begin to take steps into that, you get to experience those benefits. So I wanted to just take a quick moment today and acknowledge the transformation and some of the reservations that people may have when they think of themselves actually stepping into their power and creating transformation in their lives now versus next year or in 5 years or even in 10 years. So know that a part of transformation means letting go of aspects of who you thought you were. And for some people, this brings a sense of, maybe even a sense of loss or a sense of grief. It could bring a sense of, well, if I'm not that person who struggles, then who am I? So there's this whole shaking up of who you are that comes along with transformation. But going back to that image that I started with, which is the butterfly, we think of the butterfly. We don't think of the cocoon. We don't think of breaking out of that cocoon and how uncomfortable that is and how sloppy and messy. So that's a part of the transformation that is often neglected, or it's not looked at as much, but it is one of those things that intuitively we know is a part of transformation, and sometimes it gets in the way of us actually moving forward. And so I wanted to acknowledge that. And I also want to leave you with 2 questions that you can ask yourself. So the first question is, what is it costing me to remain where I am today? That's question number 1. What is it costing me to remain in the life as I am today? The second question is, what is required of me to move forward into the life that I want to live? What is required of me in order to move forward into the life that I want to live? So take a moment today and check in with yourself to answer those 2 questions and see where you are, because I can promise you this: what you focus on is what you're going to create in your life. So if you're focusing on past aspects of who you think you might be, you're going to continue to create those results in your life. If you are committed to creating a new result and putting your energy into creating that, then you're more in that creator energy of the empath, and you're using what you have to work for you. And so I hope this message has served you today. I work with empaths from all different stages and connect them with their power so that they can create amazing new results in their life. If you're interested in working with me, I invite you to book a call below, and I look forward to connecting with you soon.